What up, people? Liverpool 1, Tottenham 2. Um, I feel it's sort of pointless to mention um, the obvious in some of the events that took place in this game. Um, um, as you can see, I'm a little lost for words. Obviously, the day starts with some good results that go into our favor, and it felt like one of those days that we've seen before where, certain teams drop points. Let's take advantage of that. And, the game starts off pretty good. And again, a red card. I'd love to look down in history to see how many times this early in the season or throughout a whole season that we've gotten more red cards than this. It's getting a little crazy now. I think that's 3 games, if I'm not mistaken. And today we lost 2 players. And it took them literally one of the last kicks of the game to get it. Well, I guess the kick came from us. All the things you can be frustrated about, particularly the things that we have no control over, the players don't have any control over, things that just happen. We know what it is. I was happy to see the fight in the team. Even though, sure, there were some frustrating moments, plays, missed opportunities, whatever. And certain things just went against us. That's life, and I don't like to be the sort of person to, during the game, after the game, to whine about things that we have no control over, and you all know what I'm talking about. For me, it's about continuing to get behind the team, support the team, and realize we are watching football. And the reason why we watch football, one of the reasons that we love it so much, is that it is so unpredictable. You never know what can happen. I'm looking at the replay and seeing all the red shirts, the reactions when the own goal goes in. It's just, to fight that long and to stay in the game and to get out of this with a point would have just been, for me personally, would have felt like a win. I mean, honestly, I get the grand scheme of things in terms of the table and all of that, but it would have felt like a win to go down to 9 and still not be able to get beat. For us to essentially beat ourselves, it's a mistake from Matip. Was watching Kopish, and respect to those dudes having a platform, but the emotion levels is hard for me to take with those dudes, man. It really is. And I get it. It's this emotion in football and in life. And sometimes you say things and, you look back on it maybe and but I mean, it got to a point where towards the end, 2 of the guys on the channel were kind of going at each other. Anyway, it's everybody has their different ways of reacting and showing emotion. I'm not necessarily knocking them, but yeah, maybe I should try to find something else to watch during games, but or listen to during games. Yeah, it's a rough one to take. It's a rough one to take. Not only just the things that took place in the game, but just at the end like that, And I also thought maybe there'd be a few more minutes left over. It was 6 minutes in the first half, extra time. I thought, but I don't know if much more time would have given us any real advantage or we'd have gotten any joy from it. Some questions about changes, and maybe they were too late from Klopp. We'll never know, but it looks like that could be a possibility. But yeah, this one is tough to end it like that, with everything. But we've got to do our best to try to be a bit more disciplined in the tackle. Both red cards. The first red card to me is a red card. It's unfortunate. I think clearly he's going for the ball, foot slips a bit, catches the guy's ankle. It's a red card to me. I think if it was the other way around, we'd won it. The second one for me, from what I can see, was it looked more of a dive than anything. And then we know about the other things. So yeah, it's tough. It's good to see Allison consoling Matip after the game, even in that moment short after. That's what you want to see. But yeah, it's a tough one, man. It's a real tough one. But dust yourselves off and you just keep fighting. And that's what we do. That's what this Liverpool team has done. And still just really proud of them of what we've done so far this season. Still an early season, of course. And yeah, the league's getting interesting. Some of the results you see today, and it's interesting. But yeah, shout out to Spurs for getting the win, no matter how they got it, and um, yeah, they're the team that remains unbeaten. So yeah, what started up as such a great um, weekend for me is it's still going to be great, but that's just that's a sort of a low one of the young weekend so far. So uh, not much else to say. I think short of performances individually. I just think when you break the team down like that, you start losing men. It's hard to really pinpoint that. Shout out to Gakpo for getting that goal after the knock he took. What composure, what spirit, what fight for your club. To be able to get that done. I am still a little frustrated with seeing McAllister be that 6. I just don't think he has it in him. The other thing I'll end with is we're gonna end up running Sabozalai into the ground. I mean, we just are. You see it. He's playing way too many minutes. Guys started to look like they were cracking, and I get it. We got injuries and all that, but you got guys getting winded like that so early in the season. It's not a great look, and a lot of that has to do with what we have right now, but all of it, also some of it is we got to start using dudes, man. Get Endo in there from the jump, maybe. Get Sabozalai a rest. Put Gavin Brick in there. Let Ryan go out there and run, man. So yeah, overall, look, it is what it is. Saw some really good things today, even in light of sort of all the things that were going on and going down to less men. Saw some bad things. In the end, again, like I said, getting the point would have been great. Would have felt really good getting out of there with a point. Now it feels totally the opposite in just how it went down. So, again, clean slate, drawing board. Love to see what both managers have to say after the game. And yeah, so let me know what you guys think, and I hope you can enjoy the rest of the weekend. Much love to everybody.